Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Tanya Lee, and I have a guest reader and quite a guest here for you. Welcome aboard here, Melanie.
Thank you.
Here on the show.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me today.
So guys, as you know, I have been talking about having more collaborative readings here with special guest readers, and I love that Melanie's starting me out here for the season here. But Melanie has a really cool deck coming in place here called the Self-Mastery Oracle deck. Yes, and she's going to be using that deck this afternoon. But please keep in mind that she also has a Kickstarter with this deck. And I did get to sit down with Melanie on a one-on-one interview at Harmonia Friends Community. And we got to do a reading together with the new moon in Aries at the time when we did it, which was, I loved it. I loved every bit of just getting to know you a little bit, but also going into utilizing your cards. But let's step back a little bit and get to know who Melanie Adrianna is. So if you can give us a little intro to yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So I call myself a transition coach because I help people move through major life changes. And my background is as a licensed acupuncturist and herbalist. So I've been doing some form of Chinese medicine for over a decade now. And over time, as I was going through my own intuitive awakening and remembrance of myself, my gifts started turning on back online. And I work remotely. So I remote view, I clairvoyant. And so I actually see people's energy fields and I help them move into their body and their intuitive awareness and release and transmute energies that are creating any kind of block in life, from health conditions to relationship problems, to work and abundance issues, all sorts of different things. I work especially with a lot of women and supporting them in empowering them to activate and reconnect through the root center and the sacral center and to open up their voice and their throat. So in all of my work, I do toning. I work with frequencies. So I'm harmonizing with the frequency in the space. I'm harmonizing myself, and as like kind of a ripple effect, then it creates a harmonizing effect. So it's really about connecting back to the earth, connecting back in through the central channel, through the energetic alignment. And I feel that, Tanya, that's really what you're doing in these readings too, with your storytelling and helping people align. So this is just really such a beautiful unity tonight. And I'm just so honored to be here.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because I know you're not a tarot reader, but you know, you're using your Oracle deck, and I use Flavor of Oracle all the time in my readings. I love using Oracle decks. So it will be fun to see them mixed here. And just so you guys know what the, how we're going to go into this, it's going to be the regular, we're going to just be pulling in Melanie here. She's going to come in at the tail end of the story because what do I always do anyways at the back? We bring it back to you. So she's going to be bringing in some of that toning as well. Also having you self-reflect on those cards. So it's going to be really cool. You're still going to do the same thing. You're going to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for the most messages. And we're going to start off here and get into, well, we always start off, Melanie, here with some astrology news. Just because at this point, as everybody knows here, I'm not an astrologist, but I love astrology. And one of the things I love about it is how does this play in to the all signs week ahead and bringing in some of that information in place. So one of the cool things that I brought up to you guys last week and prepared you for was Uranus going into Gemini, and we are officially in it. We're in it. So as most of you know, Uranus is one of those spiritual awakening planets. It really is. I love to call it just the awakening or the chaos of like, boom, we're here, we're in it. So it's going to involve change. And the fact that it's in Gemini now, it's going to affect what? Communication. Communication is going to be big, but it's also going to give us a lot of those aha moments and reflection. And we've been kind of seeing that shift come in place with the collective readings for several weeks. I keep harping on here, guys, we're looking here to listen. Be careful of how we react, right? And we still have Mercury on top of it in Aries. And so, yes, it's still that bold energy, fast, quick communication, and that should stabilize in May. And we are at the tail end of April going into May. So that should be coming in Taurus season. So that's going to be bringing in that stability here for us. Another thing to bring up is the full moon. We have a full moon this week on May 1st. That's going to be peaking around 1:23 in the afternoon, Eastern time. And that is the flower moon, the flower moon. And the flower moon, it's named for that, for fertility, growth, blossoming, but it is in Scorpio. So we're going to see some depths of that moon. And one of the cool things is that moon is also very much lining up with Beltane. And that is, Beltane is an old spring festival, and it's connected to passion and creativity. So that's going to be a great time here to not only be illuminated and to purge the depths, but really go into the levels of how are we going to use this energy. And I did check with Vedic as well, because, you know, I can't just stick with one astrologist and go in there. And what's cool about Vedic is, you know, it brings it a little bit further into the different phases. And one of the things that I feel with this energy is that it's asking us, it came up with like a fork in the road. And I really was seeing like the Two of Swords come up a lot for me. I bring it back to Tarot, right? But when we get the Two of Swords and we're in that crossroads energy of like, which direction I go, the Vedic astrology is saying, okay, what's next? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So it's going to be interesting, guys, to see how this energy here plays into our readings. So we are going to move on up here, and I'm going to bring up our live chat. Live chat is coming up here. Hello, Star. Welcome back. How you guys doing? Just give me a second while I try to find the live chat. It's missing here. It's missing. There's everybody's chats. There we go. How's everybody doing? So guys, part of today's readings, usually I have for the collective bonus, we do a 5 pledge donation here on YouTube. Well, you'll see on YouTube as well. And Star, if you wouldn't mind pinning the comment here for the Kickstarter, that if we get 5 pledges, guys, doesn't matter what amount, but let's help Melanie get this deck, her deck here, okay, in motion. And she's not that far off from her goal. I think you were close to like 1,000. You said 1,000 away. So it's
pretty
really
close.
not off. So it's so awesome to see how this has really flourished for you. I know when you just put it out there, let's see what happens. So it's exciting to see that. But if you guys put a target pledge in there, we get 5 pledges here today. We'll do a collective bonus here, okay, for this actual all sign. So let's get into the collective energy. We're gonna roll here first. And Melanie, I'm going to ask you after we get the archetype, if you can help pull a card in here once we get through the archetype. And when I pull one tarot card, I'll pull you in.
Perfect.
Let's call in our guides, our ascendant masters. I got to flip the board here so you guys can see. Here we go. Whether you're here for the live or the replay. Ooh. We have a 1 and a 3. So this brings to me this is one of my favorite archetypes in place here. But let's talk about the artist. The artist is also pulling in a 2, which is the witness 2. But this archetype is all about creation. And I believe, did we get, guys, the artist last week? We may have. I can't remember. She's come up a couple of times in the collective readings, at least at Harmonia Friends community. But there's just something here that's ready to take action on. And that is that moment that I feel is coming in place with Astrology News when we were talking about those aha moments. There's something here in the threshold that's about to break up for us. And I feel a lot of passion, excitement. And you know what? Whatever's behind the scenes doesn't necessarily mean we're focused into it. I do feel this energy of a lot of individuals here. You know, it's kind of reminding me, have you ever, when you're in that energy, guys, of going into, let's say, a large room or an audience where you have all this commotion going on, right? But you can hone into specific conversations. You are so focused this week. And I see it here. And the focus here is I've gained the perception that I need. Now, what am I going to do with it? Now, what am I going to do with it? We're going to pull one more card here before we pull it on to see what card is coming up with Melanie. How else are we showing up? The artist will be with us, guys. Well, she can't be with us because it's taking over Melanie's beautiful face. But the artist will be with us through spirit here. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. King of Pentacles. Well, that's perfect because we're in Taurus season now. If we're showing up as the King of Pentacles with the artist, so there's something here about investing wisely. Taurus, Capricorn, and we have Virgo energy. But the King of Pentacles tends to be very grounded, loves materialistic things, right? Foodie for sure. But there's just something here about being grounded in our ideas and how we invest. We're being asked to invest wisely, especially when we get an innovative idea, okay, with that creativity. Let's bring it to Melanie, who will be bringing in what other energy that's coming around this King of Pentacles.
Yes. So the card I pulled is actually the 9, Peace and Quiet. And when I'm tuning into this, I'm tuning into the connection to the artist and that aha moment that comes through when you have that inspiration, that breakthrough. Sometimes maybe it looks like a breakdown and then that turns into a breakthrough. What's coming through is like really connecting to still points. So taking a breath and taking the moment to go inward, to find your center and to find that space within yourself that's completely still. And for some, that can be uncomfortable. But just actually taking a moment to listen to that space.
I love that.
And to really be okay with not knowing what's going to come through. Because when inspiration arises, you can't predict it. You can't plan for it. This is like a space of trust. I just want to take a moment to go there for all the Tauruses. I'll pass the mic back to Tanya.
So just so you guys are aware, when she's bringing in the toning, just to listen, you don't have to really just feel into it. It's just this energy here of resetting and recalibrating you, okay, whether you're a Taurus or not. So that's interesting. I also liked, Melanie, that it was a number 9, because 9s are all about like a completion, you know? The challenge for this week, oh man, we got a lot of earth energy this week. But our challenge is the devil. The devil. All right, before we all go, oh my gosh, no, we have to deal with something toxic and all that. It's because she said, what did she say? Focus, right? So this is also being very narrow-minded in our focus here too, this possessiveness here of needing to know the answers, or being so focused that you miss a conversation here behind you, right? We saw that in the artist picture too, but there's something, and this could be other individuals here too, that try to kick us off the path of where we need to be, where our attention needs to be focused on. But this could also be overindulgences of things too. It's going to play out differently for each individual sign. All right, let's see how the universe is supporting us. And then we're going to break down to each individual sign, starting with Taurus. Oh, no, not one. Look at the quick movement. I just heard Aries. There we go. Aries is like having their final hurrah before it leaves Mercury into Taurus. The support here is in the moves that we make. And I feel that too is happening a lot in that full moon, on Friday for us, where we're going to be asked, what are we going to do with this? Now that we have this aha moment, how are we going to step forward? And so I love the reflection here that Melanie brings up as well. So these are the cards, guys, and Melanie's card that's going to be played out through each individual reading. We're going to start off with Taurus first. Taurus is up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Reversals are now up as well. Melanie's showing us that peace of mind card. All right, Taurus gang, my bulls. Let's see how you feel going into this week. We have the Six of Swords. All right. External reason for this. The 10 of Pentacles. Okay. The integration of this. The Wheel reversed. Okay. So there's something here, Taurus, that you have been hung up on. And this is a week here where you're emotionally allowing that to go. And something, whether it is your higher self, that intuitive nudge, you're getting some kind of communication here. You just simply are. But you were so anchored down in the what ifs that this week it's the I need to emotionally just trust. And so you are pushing off. And externally here, you have a lot of support, whether this is going towards support, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it is, something to do with work as well. You're moving towards stability here this week. So I feel the comforts here of I don't have to do this on my own. I can pull in and have my support team here. It's a really good week here. Now, you're not necessarily rushing in to the point of like, oh my God, I'm going to take all these risks and chances now that I'm ready to move. No, you've paid a karmic debt of some sort here. And this karmic debt here is I'm not owed anything anymore. I'm just trusting to surrender. Let's see the response of why. I feel that some of you were dealing with a toxic individual or a negative mindset with that devil energy, but there it is, the Knight of Wands, okay? This is you really grasping that and having better boundaries because of this, because I don't feel like your past is coming with you this week. I think it's just this energy of I'm stepping forward, no apologies here for me, I'm going to trust myself. So there's a lot of creative ideas, but also support that you're going towards. Greater opportunity for you this week. We have Justice here reversed. This is the energy here of not being settled, right? Focusing your mind in something different. Libra energy is coming up here. And that unsettlement here has a lot to do with things not going your way, expectations not met. But the greater gain here, oh, I love this for you. Taurus, you probably just got the best reading here. Because not only is it closure, you're having a rebirth, right? This is giving you a second shot around for something regarding trust. Whether this is an idea, whether this is fear of a breakup and never being able to move on, this week you're going to feel it. It's going to feel a lot lighter here for you, all right? We're going to take it on to Melanie now, who's going to focus it more on you. What does Taurus need to hear in reflection of this?
All right, Taurus, strap into your heart. So I think for each of these readings, I'm going to be kind of springing off of the still point from the peace and quiet. So I'm just going to ask you to always drop into your center, drop into your heart as you access that still point. One just flew out. Hard reset, the 28s. Some of you may actually hear the sound of the record. And I'm just taking a moment to tune into this. What was that first card you pulled, Tanya?
Oh, I just took them off on there right now.
I'm like literally feeling this. This record is literally Six of Swords. Okay, well this record is literally flying off the table.
Yeah.
And then, so this is like a major aha moment. You're not quite there just yet, but when it's ready, I'm thinking like by May 1st, that's the timeline this looks like. There's just going to be a big realization. This feels like it goes really in alignment with what you were sharing, Tanya.
Yeah. The 28th may be a significant date to you guys. That card is number 28. So it's coming sooner than anticipated.
Could be.
It could be that.
Right.
We also had the Wheel of Fortune. That kind of reminds me of the wheel too. The picture of it, it was reversed before, but the hard reset just tells me you're throwing that off.
That's okay. That's the trust right there. Like when you just don't know, because that record's flying off the table. You're going to be playing a whole new tune.
Yeah. All right. I love it. So guys, that's the readings here. If you liked it, don't forget to love it. Also, there's always more readings at Harmonia Friends community, but also don't forget there's a pledge going on here. So please take the time here to pledge to that Kickstarter here of that beautiful deck that she is sharing some insight here with you. If we get 5 pledges here today, we will unlock a collective bonus. We're going to get to Gemini. Gemini is up next. Gemini is up. Thank you, Star, for also hanging out on Twitch. I appreciate it. Hey, Mincy, welcome back. Hello, Debbie, welcome back. Hey, JB, welcome. Did I miss anybody? I missed quite a few people. Sorry, guys. Hello, Dream, it's possible. Welcome back. Karen, welcome back. Don't be shy, guys. Say hello. Let us know that you're here. We can see you. Gemini, how you feeling going into this week? Ooh. 4 of Cups, what are you disappointed about? Why is Gemini disappointed? External reason why? Oh, well, there's a 2 of Swords energy. Remember I said that full moon energy with Vedic astrology is going to give us that fork in the road. What are you going to do about it? That's what it's. See, Gemini, you know what you have to do about it. You listen. The cards are calling you out. You know what you have to do about it. You just don't want to leave it right now. You just don't want to leave it. Okay. There's something here where you're hoping for it to work out the way that you see it, whether that is with connection, whether that was with an opportunity. It's not happening the way you want it. But there's a better opportunity here. And I'm really going to focus. I really want me to focus on the owl in this card because there's something here about wisdom. Remember, Gemini, you're having that aha moment here, especially with Uranus, but this is feeling stuck. And the stuck energy here this week is about to shift for you because you are going to choose a direction and the choice is going to be yours. So I do feel this energy of closure, self-closure though, okay? But this is, you not chasing the waterfalls anymore. You're letting something go. And some of you, it's a person. Some of you, it's a person. Others of you, if there's money here that you invested on and you didn't get your money's worth, you're letting that attitude go. It's not something that serves you anymore. You want to be open to receive. See how you're responding to this. Ooh, see, another 4. We got 2 4s here, okay? Yeah, it's not happy time. Yeah, it didn't go the way that you wanted it to, but you know that this separation, this divide is needed because it's making you feel stuck. And I feel it may involve another, especially with free will involved. And sometimes, we just can't make everybody happy. And so instead of building a fortress, it's almost just like letting it go, going into that field. Greater opportunity here for you this week. There you are, cutting it out. Okay. Speaking up. Yes. Is it heartbreaking? This is hard because you are just declining. And I want to say you're saying no to a situation, or you're saying, I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Okay. But the Knight of Swords is a quick cut. It's clarity. It's the truth. It's truth hurts, but it's a spiritual lesson. Taurus energy here, the Hierophant. You've learned this lesson, and you're more committed here about where you step forward, what you can learn from this. And so that's what I see. This is a big opportunity here for Gemini to learn from a situation that someone either disagreed with them or is just not going on the ride with them. All right. That's what I got here. We're going to move on to Melanie. Melanie, if you can bring it back into them.
Yeah, I hear some sound coming through already. So the nature of this deck is frequency. So each one of these cards is an alchemy, a movement. And so it's really asking you to move through these changes that Tanya's talking about. So Gemini, if you have some difficult decisions to make, or if you're facing some challenges right now, this is asking to support you into moving that from the inside out. So really notice what's happening in your body. Notice what challenges are in your plate right now. And we have the 12, self-forgiveness. So what I'm feeling into is like if you're having altercations with people in your life or miscommunication, this is kind of like an energy of like flip it and see where it's a reflection of where you need to forgive yourself. Where are you setting those personal boundaries? How are you honoring yourself and giving yourself grace? So just feel into what's coming up for you as you look at this card. It's a connection to the inner child. The connection to wanting to be seen and heard and acknowledged in relationship. So can you do that for yourself? Can you hold that space, that integrity in the way that you communicate your needs to others? And just allowing those petals from the flowers here to fall off as you release.
I feel like Gemini needs a hug this week.
Yeah. Or some animals.
Or
like a
some
big
animals,
puddle
right?
of dogs or cats or bunnies.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's a lot of people here talking about your toning, saying they're really loving the toning effect of how when you read. That's one of the reasons I really love Melanie's versions of reading, is that she tones into it. She's channeling, and I love that. And that's just her style. It's just how she brings it across there. All right. We're going to move to Cancer. Cancer is up next, guys. Cancer is up. Let me switch the banner here. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, don't forget. I know, Debbie, you had mentioned where is the target? There is no target. The target here is in Kickstarter. Go to the pinned comment up top. If you guys pledge to the Kickstarter, she just needs 5 pledges. That's all. And then we'll get the collective bonus on place. Okay. Melanie will let us know if she sees new backers on there, and it's any donation amount. Same how you would treat Harmonia. We're just putting those love donations to her because I really want her work to get across. She's an amazing person. I think her deck's great. Cancer. How you feeling this week? Oh, I love this. We got the Lovers, Gemini energy, deep connection here for you. A little intense here, but not in a bad way. I think you're focused on a partnership. All right. External reason for this. Oh man, Cancer, are you in love? This doesn't have to be love. I just feel a lot of harmony in family, in friendships, deepening bonds this week. But I mean, that's a really nice energy. I feel like there's, you don't have to do anything fancy in this, but it's also going to feel like a week where you're a little bit restless because you lose some of your energy of where you're at. It's not a bad thing. The integration of this is there's this restlessness of wanting more time with this person, more family time. Some of you are like on vacation and you're like, dang, I want more of this, So just be more present. Be careful. This is a time here where you can have those aha moments and say, I can have more more of this in moderation. It doesn't have to be all in 1 week. How you responding? Oh, yeah, recalibration. You're seeing that you need to make some changes here this week, and not in this energy. It's like, I need to have more downtime. I need to have more family time. I need to have a girls' night out or guys' night out, right? I need to relax a little bit. It doesn't have to be all work or all play. I need something in moderation because obviously I'm craving it. And this is a week here where, you're kind of indulging in it. But you also may feel a little bit bad for overindulging. It's like, I decide to stay up all night talking to somebody, and you're like, I'm going to regret this in the morning. Well, there's just something about moderation, about shifting your schedule moving forward. Yeah, there's a greater opportunity here of how you invest your time, your money. This is a week here where it's like, I don't want to put so much in that I forget my whole waking life, because I feel like this Cancer is having a good week. But this is also a Cancer here who felt a little bit deprived, not enough of, okay? Like, could have been overworked, overplayed. Overplayed is interesting in the way it made me say that. Greater gain here for this week. This is such a different energy because the 8 of Cups here, before, you were always in this energy here of walking away and wanting something that wasn't arriving. And this week, you're realizing, I don't want anything to do with the past. And this isn't a reconciliation energy here. I think it's the reconciliation of what you're leaving behind here and what you're allowing in new with moderation. Moderation is going to be huge here for you this week. Okay. But I do see you spending time with somebody here that you love. All right. We're going to switch it on over to Melanie here. We're going to bring it back here for Cancer.
Yeah, the card that I chose is the 41, laughter. This is a female Buddha.
I love it.
I think this is really connecting back into those relationships that have been showing up quite a bit. So even though you are, balancing things, finding moderation, this is like a reminder to stay light, to keep levity in it. So sometimes maybe you take things a little bit too seriously, or maybe taking relationships too seriously, but just allowing a little bit of lightness to come in. Bringing that, just connecting heart to heart and bringing in levity. That's really what this is about. And also nourishment with laughter. I'm like really focusing on her belly, like spending time, cooking together, having meals together. And as you're finding that balance between like work hard, play hard, like actually taking the time to nourish yourself and to relax a little bit with others.
I feel like some Cancers are on vacation. This is what it feels like. It feels like they're on vacation. You know how like you go on vacation, you're so excited, and you're like, then you have to go home and the party's over, right? That's what it feels like. It's like, oh, I won't be able to do this again. But you can. You just got to do it in moderate. Maybe you got to introduce it a little bit, like mini vacays, weekends away. It doesn't all have to be working so hard, but I love that. I love it.
Right. And I'm just thinking too, I'm looking at the jewelry that the Buddha's wearing. There might be a little bit of splurging, like when you're having fun, maybe you're shopping, maybe you're styling a little bit, just focusing on what makes you feel beautiful, connecting to beauty.
Cancer always likes feeling good. So, all right, we're going to move on to Leo. Leo is up next. Guys, don't forget, if you like that, don't forget to hit like. There's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community, and we have a pledge going on here. So if you look at the pinned comments, hey, Lisa, on Facebook. If you guys are on Facebook, I don't have the pledge link on there, but you can go into on YouTube or on Twitch, and you can see the Kickstarter link if you want to hit that. If we get 5 pledges, then, and Melanie will check in to let me know how close we are to it if we get any. We always do reminders because Star's not going to know. Usually Star reminds us, so Melanie will let us know if we got one or so. All right, we're going to move on to Leo. Leo is up, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus.
Looks like we got one.
Oh, look, we got one, guys. We are one away. Do you have the name, or at least the first name?
I do. It's Debbie Ontiveros. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie. believe that's Debbie Texas, one of my moderators. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, Tanya, I send a small donation. The minimum. Well, yeah, it's a minimum. Yeah, there's always going to be a minimum on there. I appreciate it. Leo. Ooh, Leo, you're showing me as the King of Pentacles here twice. You look different, though. What are you looking at, Leo? You are focused externally on what? Oh, the Queen of Pentacles. Well, hot diggity dog. What's this about? Integration. All right. So I felt like this tension. You have some tension here with another individual. This does not have to be a lover. Okay. This could be a family member, a friend, a coworker. But here's the thing. You guys either work together or you're in a family unit together, but you're showing up both as earth energy. Okay. What both have earth in your chart, we have the energy of the King of Pentacles here. I feel the two of you are having a disagreement. There's some confusion here, Leo, on your end of why somebody is so unhappy. You may be taking something personal. That's your energy. You're taking something personal. All right. How are you responding to this? The world. Okay. You aren't letting another individual take away what you've earned, what you've done. It's your value. It's your worth. Okay. The world is like something's come full closure. The confusion here is that another individual doesn't have closure. So the argument to you feels done. It's complete. You're like, I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay. But this individual here isn't over it. We can't, free will. Someone might not be over something that you're over. Greater opportunity. I'm telling you, you're going to hear some things from this individual it's going to hit you, right? To you, you thought this was over. You didn't think that this was even part of, like, it was final, finished business. You don't need to bring this back up again. I thought we both agreed that we disagreed. Well, this individual is still disagreeing and they're still wanting clarity. But here's the thing. I feel you are learning some proper boundaries here and not overreacting. Be careful, though, because you may overreact. That Ace of Swords is reversed, so Leo can overreact. Just be wary of it. Yeah, the Hierophant. This is someone here that you're either committed to, meaning work-wise, family-wise, but it's a student-teacher dynamic, okay? But I feel like there's just some cultural differences here, belief systems that are different. And for you, you're better off listening this week, okay? Versus trying to over-explain your reasons why. Because you have someone here who is upset, who wants to prove a point and is actually seeking clarity, but externally rather than internally going through them. So this is just this energy here of just watching what you say this week. And this might be just a week here better just listening. And, if you need to cut off or if you need to say, hey, we agree to disagree, you're capable of doing that. All right. There's just someone here who's really focused on the negative energy that you're dealing with. All right. We're going to move on to Melanie's side here with Leo. Let's bring it back to Leo dealing with this energy.
This card is the 29 Ancestral Wisdom. So just feel into the frequency, the image, see what's coming through for you. I'm really feeling into these family patterns. So whoever and whatever is on your plate right now, if there's tension in relationships or if there's like repetitive patterns, this is kind of both. The work here is ancestral healing, and it's also connecting to the strength of the ancestors of the family lineage. Yeah, I'm just kind of sensing patterns. This might not be your first rodeo with certain people that you're connecting with and having these kind of tense conversations. It doesn't have to be conflict, but really coming into resolution, coming into a finality almost. Yeah, I'm seeing like a seed that was planted a very long time ago that grew into a tree. And so these branches of the tree, it's like as part of an ancestral stream or as a lineage, we're branches of that tree, but they all come from the same root or the same trunk. Um, so if you can go back all the way to the seed, if you can resolve it from the origin, what does that feel like? What does that look like? Just breathe into your body, breathe into what part of your body is lighting up. And we're really connecting in at the frequency level. And I'm just feeling that seed crack open. There's this feeling of regeneration. I also thought it was interesting. This card has a sunflower, and one of the cards you pulled, Tanya, has a sunflower on it too.
Yeah, well, that's Leo's energy, is the sun. So there's just this energy here. I love how, the ancestor wisdom is perfect with the Hierophant card because that's just lineage. And so there's something here about a spiritual lesson coming up this week. So that pairs very nicely with the Leo energy. But all right, so we guys are going to move on to Virgo. Thank you, Melanie. Guys, if you like the reading, don't forget to hit like. Don't forget there's always more messages at Harmonia Friends community, including the exclusive interview and reading that we did together. But don't forget, we have a pledge going on over at Kickstarter for her self-mastery deck that she is sharing here with you. You want to show the deck up? Bring it on up here just so that people know what it looks like. There it is. There's her deck. Okay. The pledge, from what Debbie told me, is at least a minimum of $11, guys, but we are 4 pledges away from unlocking another collective bonus. So if you will be so kind to pledge, we can help her get her goal. And she's not that far off from it. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Virgo is up. Virgo is up. Here we go. Virgo, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. We got medical, physical journey here in the house. Hello, Michael. Virgo, how you feeling? Oh, showing up as the Queen of Cups. Passion here.
I just want to quickly shout out. I want to shout out Shirley Mills for the second pledge.
Thank you, Shirley. External Ace of Swords. Oh, you're hearing something here. Getting some clarity. Oh my. Who's got Virgo in their chart? Who's got Virgo in their chart? Because I feel the divine feminine energy, specifically the water energy coming out. You might have Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in your chart. But here's a week here of feeling completely, authentically in your power. Yeah. You are cutting not only toxic ties with situations or things from your past, you have gotten some great insight this week. And this insight is allowing you to just sit back and enjoy the ride, enjoy the show here. We have Taurus and Libra energy here. Let's see what the how you're responding to this, Virgo. Oh, Virgo, if you are, listen, this doesn't necessarily have to be love, but you are aligned not only with your higher self, but with a really strong partnership this week. You really are. Okay. This is no chasing energy. These are the right people, the right connections that are coming your way this week, Virgo. And I just feel it's time. You know, you have been calling this in, but the greater opportunity is now what is ahead for you. And I really feel strongly, this almost kind of reminds me a little bit, instead of the world, the moon. I really think by the end of the week, there is going to be some opportunity about traveling coming your way. Okay. Whether you are meeting up with an individual, taking a trip, going on vacation, this is you leaving your comfort zone, but with the right person. with the right person, however that person may be. Could even be, if this is entrepreneurship, the right client. Who doesn't like that, you know? But there's just this energy here of, I know my worth, I value it, and I honor it. And there is somebody here who says, yeah, I see your worth, I value it. I've been watching you. You got someone here who's watching you. You do. You know, this could be someone here who wants to learn from you. You know, if this is, you know, this could be an energy of like someone, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're working, it's like, I really want to be in your energy to see and hear your wisdom. But if this is somebody here where it's a deep connection, it's someone saying, I want to get to know you. Let's hang out. You know, how about we go out of town and just, you know, get to know each other and be in each other's energy. I just feel this energy of deep connection and someone here making it very forefront that they want to be in your energy. All right. We're going to move on to Melanie now.
All right. The card I pulled is the 5, making diamonds.
Oof.
Yeah.
Virgo got a good week.
Yeah. So this is all about the gems. This is the wisdom that you've collected from all of your experiences. This is a time to celebrate. So I was really resonating with the clients, being a teacher, attracting new people into your life, sharing your wisdom, sharing your creations, but really expression, like just abundance of creativity and like just you've done the shadow work, you've done the hard stuff, and now it's like it's time to celebrate. It's time to tune into, like, you're moving into a new path. You're not quite there just yet, but you get to actually reflect and see like what are those diamonds that you can celebrate, and how do you want to share that wisdom? What do you want to bring forward with you on this new path?
Echoes so well with that divine feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you, congratulations, you got a rock on your finger.
I'm tuning into the cosmos in the background of this card too.
Yeah,
This has been a huge week with the feminine coming back online for many. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. All right,
really
guys.
Time to celebrate.
Time to celebrate. Good. You guys should claim that. If you're Virgo, claim it. Claim it. Because even if you don't feel it right now, you can still manifest that, guys. That diamond in the rough here. I feel like there's something here that's coming full circle. It's a 5 too. So it's like a bang coming in here for you this week. All right, that's what we got here for Virgo this week. Go ahead and like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages at Harmonia Friends Community. We did get an extra pledge in here. Thank you, Shirley. I know I typically don't like to go into the readings and say it, but I'll say it again. Shirley, thank you so much for the pledge for Melanie. We are now three donations. There's a $11 minimum pledge needed. 3 donations away from unlocking the collective bonus. We're going to move up to Libra. Libra is next. We'll get there. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, how you feeling going into this week? Ooh, the Emperor. Aries energy. External reason why here. The Fool reversed. Oh, see, you're not making any. Yeah, you're very balanced this week. You're showing up as your own card. There is an energy here where before you used to be a massive risk taker. Okay, overreactive. And this week specifically, I'm going to pull in because we had the artist energy who came across here too. Remember in the beginning, our archetype was the artist. And I'm going to bring the artist up here on screen real quick because I kind of need her for this. Oops, sorry, not on Melanie, on her for this reading. Still getting used to this. So guys, there's this, let me hear. No, this is better. This is better. Here we go. There is this energy of drive, of passion, and taking charge this week. And it's not just taking the next step, it's you making consecutive steps this week when it comes to whatever endeavor you're doing, whether this is finances, whether this is health, your passion, your worth. It's like, I am really not going to derail this week. And I feel it strongly has to do with this Fool energy, that before you tend to dive into something, get really excited and gung-ho about it, and then lose momentum. This week, you're not pushing. You are creating a momentum that feels really secure for you this week in a really good way. All right. And I can see it, because you're going to get something here, and we're going to see what this Justice card is bringing, but it's a reset, recalibration here. It's from taking accountability this week. Oh my gosh. This comes in partnerships specifically for you. All right. This is a reset with partnerships. No more overgiving this week. No. All right. You are in aligned partnerships this week. Some of you are calling in someone here that brings in really good alignment for you. Okay. Could be a new client, could be a new lover, could be a friend, but there's a blossoming here in this energy that builds a momentum that allows you, whether you're being each other's muse or creating something pretty beautiful out of it. Beautiful. It has to do with your stability. Right? This is two individuals who are very stable, but can also appreciate each other's stability without using it. And that's what's coming in this week, is a lot of worth and growth. But man, if you guys are entrepreneurs or teachers or influencers, I feel there's this idea of partnership that's coming through that's going to allow you to go the distance. Okay. Receiving some news from an individual here who may want to collaborate with you. Others of you, you may be calling in new love, and this new love is a relationship that is built strongly with friendship. Okay. Strongly with friendship. It's not something that's going to be hot or crazy or like, I have a crush on them and I literally love my life. No, it's getting to know an individual in a really sensual way, which is friendship. You know, it starts with that first. All right. Let's see what Melanie has to say here for this connection of this reading.
I'm really excited about this card. This is the 25, riding the wave.
Ooh. Going with the flow.
Going with the flow. But particularly for you, Libra, it's like you're on your surfboard. You're not swimming in the ocean anymore. You've set that boundary. You know how to set that clear boundary for yourself in partnership. And now that you've stepped up to the plate, now you and your partner, if there's a partner coming in, you can both ride on your own surfboard together.
Yeah, I just feel like strong partnership and stability. I love how it's like, it's not on your board. It's like together.
Well, I'm kind of seeing it like you're each on your own board.
Yeah,
but it's
I like
because
that.
you have that capacity. It's like they're not tied together anymore.
Mhm.
You're not swimming in the whole ocean. You're not overwhelmed or overgiving. You're honoring yourself.
That's nice.
But it's also, things are changing, you know, the
Mhm.
waves are constantly coming and going. And so like you're learning how to adapt, you're learning how to move. And, you know, there's just a lot of evolution, a lot of growth, and just honoring. And I feel very excited for you that you've gotten to this point. Like again, I feel like with a lot of these cards, this is a moment of celebration, and that could be where we are in the collective right now in general. Like there's just so many people are stepping into their own power, into their own, you know, like getting to that culmination point of like, this is the lesson learned. But for you, Libra, it's like you're finally on that board and you can ride it. You can ride the waves. Like,
I love it.
It's so fluid. It's so easy. It's so fun.
Right. I love it. I'm going to claim it. I got Libra in my chart. I'm going to claim it. Go with the flow, guys. All right, guys, if you have Libra in your chart and that resonated for you, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages at Harmonia Friends Community. And we got a pledge going on here. Just $11 pledge over at Kickstarter for Melanie's beautiful deck that she's sharing with us, with some insight, intuitive insight, utilizing her deck. And I, for one, am a backer of her deck as well. Obviously, I don't have it quite yet because she's in Kickstarter for it. But I am going to be giving away that deck because I got one for me and I got one for a Lucky Harmonia Friends community member too. And one thing to consider here, she said she also has an app with this deck. And actually, people at Harmonia Friends community can dive into that app because she honored my community area with the app. So you guys can taste the cards now. Literally, go ahead and tap on them and start working with those cards and those energy. Exciting. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How are you going into this week's energy? Here we go. We have the Eight of Pentacles here reversed. Well, external reason for this. You know this needs to end. I mean, it's a change. So you're making a big change this week. Yeah. So you've been isolated. This is for Scorpio who's been self-isolating a lot. Could be overworked, just minding your own business. But you're at the point here where you know something's got to change. And so I see you getting out of hermit energy. And this is not a hermit energy that feels nice about soul searching. When it's reversed, it's usually Virgo energy. It's usually this energy of I've been hurt. I'm energetically zapped and I just don't trust my boundaries enough to put myself back out there. But you are changing this because it's combined here with that death card here. And the challenge this week was the devil energy here. And this is just something here that you feels unhealthy and you're making a change of it. You're putting yourself back out there. How is Scorpio responding this week? There you are. You're showing up as that fire energy, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I feel that you're testing your boundaries this week. You're feeling confident in your boundaries. We have both masculine energy here of the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Whether you have that in your chart, your support here comes with proper boundaries. I'm really seeing that support card here with that Eight of Wands and this one, which is the Nine of Wands. So this is all about testing your boundaries this week and being confident that you'll be okay regardless. Oh, with connections. And there's a great opportunity here to test with the individuals here that you trust first. Okay, that you can feel authentically okay saying, okay, I've had enough. I'm done. Okay, I'm zapped, right? You test with individuals here. So I see you getting out more this week. I see you connecting this week. Some of you are elaborating. Maybe you have some ideas here where it's like, listen, I can't be afraid of criticism. So I am going to put myself out there to somebody here that I trust and get their feedback without taking it so personal that it's going to end me, you know? Greater gain here this week. Yeah, not everybody has to have the same belief system as you this week. You're trusting that, okay? Just because people are giving you advice this week that you ask for or you're presenting yourself in with this Taurus energy, with this higher font, with the reverse is that there's something about getting criticism or negative feedback that shut you down or made you feel like you became a people pleaser. But this week it's like, you know what? People think differently than me. I can be okay with individuals and still have my boundaries and say, no, that doesn't really suit me, or thank you, but I don't need to elaborate anymore on that. Okay. So just this energy of accepting people for who they are, but you're testing it this week. All right. That's what I got for Scorpio. Let's move in with Melanie and her energy here with Scorpio. Oh,
again, I got the 29 ancestral wisdom, except the meaning here is different.
Always here with the higher font card. Isn't that
I know, it totally makes sense too.
Yeah.
And so what's really popping out is the pottery in the center and the bread. And so what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio, is like the need to bring things into the physical. So if like you felt like you were shut down or somebody judged you or you weren't able to create in the way you wanted to, or maybe you were people pleasing or whatever that looked like, this is time to get your hands back in the clay. And to do it in like a very physical way. So if you've been overthinking or if you've been feeling emotional, like use that as fuel, use that emotion into your creations, into your writing, into your projects, into your startups, into your whatever pursuits you have on your plate right now. Like if you're cooking, if you're I don't know. I see like a lot of getting your hands in the physical and the clay. So that's what's coming through, and that you have your ancestral support. It's like it's in your DNA, like their skills, their resilience, their gifts, like it comes through you too. And so, and even if you've lost loved ones in your family, also through your creations, like you get to honor them and that you have those beautiful skills. So it's time to be confident in yourself that you can do this.
I see them actually doing it this week. They're really just testing it. Testing the water. It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's what we have for Scorpio. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. We do have a pledge going on here, and it's a little different today. Okay, $11 pledge over at Kickstarter helps boost not only Melanie's Kickstarter, but also for her beautiful deck that she's been sharing with us. But also it unlocks a collective bonus here for you guys. We are, how many are we? 3 away, right, Star? 3. We got 2 donations. We are 3 away from unlocking another collective bonus. Sagittarius is up next. Sagittarius is up next. Thank you, Star, for moderating Twitch. It's okay. Oh, wow. Showing up as King of Pentacles again. I forget what other sign got the King of Pentacles right off the bat. There's another one. Oh, boy. Death came back again. This is the end of conflict for you. I think that you have been conflicted with which direction to go. And you have been really thinking about a particular argument or where there was a competitive nature going on. And you might have been dealing with someone here who also is showing up as the King of Pentacles. Because I feel like 2 masculines not getting along doesn't mean you have to be masculine. I just feel like this energy here of needing to be right. And with the King of Pentacles, it's all about nurturing and care and value. But there's just something here where it's like, I want to change and a shift from this. You're looking at the conflict. You're looking at the confrontation a little bit differently. You know, you're not going to pull your hair out of this anymore. This is like, yeah, no. You were trying to reconcile and make ways with an individual, okay? And clearing up something that felt right to you. This does feel very similar to another reading, but it's different in this way. This is for Sagittarius who says, I get to choose differently now. I don't have to reconcile and, make myself feel small. I can be of sovereignty here. And I can look at my past. There's some feelings of past regret coming up of how you dealt with the situation or this person. Yeah. See, it's this defensive. Do you see all this fighting, this defensive energy? This is maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn, but there's just this energy of toxicity. The 2 of you just don't get along. So every time you try to reconcile, you literally go back and play the same thing over and over again. And this individual is always defensive, is always saying, here we go again. Sagittarius is the problem. And I think you just need to, I'm not saying you have to become the villain, but I just think you need to walk away from this. But you're going to do whatever you want to do, it's just, listen, but the cards don't lie. Chariot is movement. Okay. Death, grounded energy with this elephant. Ganesh is coming in here a lot, but this is about your stability, your time, your wisdom. And the move that you're making here is getting away from the toxic noise, specifically with an individual that you've been playing this karma over and over and over and over again. And this week here, it's like, instead of trying to reconcile this or be the better person or the bigger person, I'm just going to be very grounded on my move. Doesn't mean you cut somebody off really quickly or not. No, I think you walk away with sovereignty and dignity. You're moving forward. Another individual, they're still moving backwards. All right. That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. Let's see what Melanie has for you in this energy.
I actually have a little bit of a sound activation. So the card that came through is the 36, recalibration. I think this kind of speaks perfectly to all of the internal conflict that's been going on, that's been reflecting in relationships. So I just want you to focus in on your center, and drop into your body, find your center, and go back into that still point. So the frequency of this card is going to be supporting you and aligning your energy and releasing that which no longer serves. So just take a fresh breath in. And as you exhale, imagine that you're releasing any toxins, toxic emotions. Connecting to your feet, connecting to the earth, allowing any of that energy to move down, down, down into the earth to compost. And as you inhale your own light. You can imagine every single cell of your body is activating its crystalline nature, its codes to inspire, to enlighten, to clarify what you need to know and to remember as you move through this recalibration. My voice doesn't even go as low as it needs to go for this.
I could hear it going lower. You know, it's interesting. I don't know if you can see on here, you know, your crystal cards. Guys, these are her cards for those of you looking for the self-mastery deck for that Kickstarter. These are the cards that she has created. But look at how the crystals look like wands, don't they? And it's just bringing in the tension here of both, right? So hers with the recalibration goes very nicely too with that support card here where it's straightforward. And I almost see her card saying, okay, let's get all these wands that are a mess and take the actions here that feel aligned. So spirit's with you with those alignments that you make. And that's where you're being supported here is to choose differently in a really big way here. All right.
Absolutely.
That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius and Melanie as well. If you like that, go ahead and hit like, comment below. We always love to see what you guys have to say. And don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And that if you would like to pledge, just $11 is the minimum. Pledge over to her Kickstarter. We greatly appreciate it so that she can get these, these cards deployed out to people. We are only three away from unlocking a bonus. For those of you who are wondering, how do we unlock the bonus collective today? You pledge. That's how we're doing it. I'm taking those donations and I'm pledging here for her. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn is up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Capricorn, how you feeling going into this week? 10 of Cups here, reversed. External reason why. Justice. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, you're a little sneaky about this, but I can see why. Okay. Someone's dipping out of the down low here. Okay. There's someone here that you don't like to be around, and you're keeping yourself very, very quiet around this individual. This is an individual here who gets in Capricorn's business all the time. Honestly, it feels like a clingy mother energy. Doesn't have to be, okay? Energetically, it could just be someone here who's negatively thinking about you too. But you already know what's going on. You've already created some kind of healthy boundaries with this individual, but there's something here where you're keeping something to yourself. You're not deceiving. You're just kind of hiding. You're in the down low this week. It's like I will jump in a bush if I see that individual because I don't want them to know where I'm at. How you're responding here to this 2 once, because you have chosen a direction that feels so aligned, so right, and you're determined here not to have this you know what it is? It's negative talk but it's also this individual trying to manifest the worst case scenario. And there's some people who just do that, right? That's why sometimes we don't want to give all of our secrets away, because even the people who love us can tend to manifest things in our energy where it can feel really low or negative. But you're just keeping to yourself this week. And you're facing an opportunity here where you're pretty excited. This could be a new idea, a new relationship. You're traveling here on the down low. You're keeping to yourself, and it's not a bad energy. It's just this energy here of not necessarily wanting someone else's advice, or it's not their business, because there's a part of this individual who believes that you can't do this on your own. And maybe at one point you were really codependent, maybe you always asked for the opinion of this individual, or this is a relationship that you chased, for some of you, this is romance, but you've really been working on your stability and your codependency. And this week here, whether you hear gossip or not, you're like, no, I am staying in my lane for a reason. Greater gain here. Yeah. Knight of Wands here is that you're not playing somebody's games. This is my player card, right? But you're not playing the games of this individual. You are secretly making moves here that are right for you. This is a whole new game for you, because before you would overshare. And this week here, you're like, no, not doing that. I'm not rushing into things either. I'm going to take my time. The only stress that I have and criticism is on myself, which is not a bad thing to do. I just see you being in the download of individual. Are they watching? Yeah. Are they going to question why you're gone? Probably. But does it matter to this point? You're doing something here with your energy that feels right. All right. We're going to move on to Melanie now here.
I'm laughing because I've got a stellium in Capricorn, and here we've got the laughter again, 41.
Seems to always come up when worth is really a value, that card.
Yeah, I mean, but Capricorns, we can definitely take things a little bit too seriously. But the laughter piece, it's almost like, with this like the feeling of kind of keeping things to yourself. If like you're interfacing with people who, it's kind of like looking at the old patterns, looking at the need to like hold back and not participate in certain things, and seeing it like objectively. And I don't know, this one, I get tripped up on reading my own sign. So honestly, and I mean, laughter has always been, something that I definitely need more of in my life, and to tune into joy. So I think I don't want to project on everybody through this reading, but if you're Capricorn, feel into this card for yourself, see what's coming up for you.
Intuitively, I feel with this reading specifically, because there's a lot of different collective individuals here. Mm-hmm. The laughter isn't being laughter of poking fun of another individual. This is a laughter here of seeing how ridiculous the situation is to create some grounding in you, right? So I see it as a 41, so there's a massive change here to bring in some joy in your life. So I think, it is kind of like you're secretive and you're having a good time, but it's almost like a kid is doing something that they didn't tell their parent. It's that kind of energy that I feel. But it's also this energy of like excitement because you're doing something on your own that is for the love of it, which is huge for you. So that's where that energy of laughter is coming in place. That's how I'm collectively reading.
No, I'm definitely feeling that. Definitely feeling that. Doing something for the love of it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Yeah.
And if you've got some Debbie Downers in your life or just people with funk,
yes,
just stay in your own joy.
Yes. Be wary of the Debbie Downers this week. All right, guys, if you like that reading, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side of Harmonia Friends community. And we do have a pledge drive going on here. If we get 5 pledges here for the Kickstarter, not the donation target, guys, on YouTube, for the Kickstarter, for Melanie's deck that she is kicking off here and utilizing today, the Self-Mastery Oracle, which is a beautiful deck she created. but the minimum pledge is $11. We are 3 donations away for her and for me to unlock this collective bonus here for you. All right. Hello, Sophie. Hello, Bernadette. Welcome back. Welcome back, Price. Good to see you here. Aquarius is up. We do have a collective bonus, guys, but we want to unlock the collective bonus here. So that's what those 3 pledge donations will do. And Melanie will let us know if there's other donations that come in because she's watching the Kickstarter. Star and I can't see it. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How are you going into this week? Ooh, Page of Cups here reversed. Oh, wow. We got the 8 of Wands here twice. That's good energy. You know what? Aquarius, you're changing some bad habits. I feel like this is a week here of habitual habits are changing for you. More about realigning and learning. Some of you, you're having a mentor, a teacher, or you're learning something new. But this has to do with overindulging energy, okay? And I'm combining that with this devil card here, okay? You know, it's the Page of Cups, so this is usually something that's an emotional message of receiving. But with a reverse, it's like something that maybe you were trying to escape emotionally from or avoid, or you did certain things, you know, like whether it's overeating, drinking too much. But I feel like you're making some habitual changes here when it comes to your habits. And this is a move here that I feel that you are getting some assistance here, a mentor or some of you are getting a health checkup. Interesting. Or you're learning a new skill this week. Your reaction to this? Yeah, you're willing to put the offer in here, but you're also seeing with that King of Pentacles energy that this is a gift that you're giving back to yourself. So the changes you're making this week is very grounded into working on that negativity, okay? Whether this is indulgences, whether this is people, whether this is negative self-talk, you are emotionally not playing victim this week. Greater opportunity here for Aquarius. Yeah, putting the work in there. I just feel like massive works, and this is all about your stability this week. It's really feeling stable. It's feeling nice. I feel that as you actually get more motivated, you may feel better when you're some of you manually working, maybe working with your hands, getting there. Maybe some of you are gardening, we're getting to the spring energy here. But this has to do with your well-being. Greater gain here. We have the 6 of Wands here reverse. This isn't something here where you feel you're going to achieve overnight, especially if this has to do with weight. Okay. We're not going to achieve that even with the pills and things like that. This is something here where I feel that you're doing quietly. You're being very grounded. And this is self-recognition. It's not necessarily needing recognition from others. And I think before this Aquarius needed to have some kind of validation from others. And this week you're like, no, I don't need that validation from others. I may need assistance. I may need an accountability buddy, but I don't necessarily need to get that criticism here to say you're doing a good job. This is you going, no, I am making the moves here that feel right to me. All right. That's what I got for Aquarius. Let's see what Melanie has.
Ta-da! More laughter.
She's coming up again.
It's just coming up again, over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm just thinking about this last new moon in Aries, and there was a lot of kind of masculine energy, and this is kind of lighting that up a little bit, like lightening it up, I mean.
Have fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the cards. Sometimes I see like the images and the cards start moving, and I see her like taking off her clothes and just kind of like dancing around. Like it's just very
let
goofy.
Loose.
Yeah, just let loose.
It's a very laughing, I feel, is the best medicine.
Yeah,
especially when you make changes. Sure. So that's a very grounding card. And I love that it's a Buddha, a female Buddha, because it just feels very grounding. And when you think of Buddhas, you think of happy Buddha, right? But I really love that energy for this particular reading, because I think it's not just about sitting down. It's having fun with this, whatever activity this is. This is what that activity I'm feeling. When you said you saw that card moving, this is what I was seeing, the card that was moving.
Yeah, and I'm feeling too, I can see her earlobes are really long, like they, in the
She's
Buddha.
got a butterfly.
Yeah, it's like they signify wisdom. So there's also wisdom in allowing yourself to have fun, when you magnetize more of that energy you want to attract into your life by giving yourself the grace to be in that flow, especially, in Aquarius, like you're always moving water. So you want to go with that flow and have fun with it. But there's wisdom in that, in that playfulness.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm feeling the connection to like communication, particularly with the Uranus going into Gemini, like today for the next 7-year cycle. This particular energy with Aquarius is very connected to communication, to technology, to innovation. Yeah,
I love it. All right, guys, that's what we have for Aquarius. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And if you would like to pledge to Melanie's cards, most certainly can go over to the Kickstarter link on the pinned comment. We are 3 donations away. Are we still 3 donations away, Melanie? 3 donations away from unlocking the collective bonus here. She's keeping tabs on us for Kickstarter here. It's only $11, guys. And we're going to move on to Pisces. We have Pisces and Aries left, and then the collective bonus. So this is the last call here, guys. The next 2 readings are the last call here for the pledges. So you will be helping her get this card deck out there to the world in masses. Obviously, you can purchase the deck if you feel called to do so. I purchased them myself. I can't wait to use them. I'm excited. Hey, Papa, welcome back. Pisces is up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Pisces is up. Pisces, how you feeling going into this week? Oh, boy. The devil came up twice. External reason for this? You're taking back your power, but in a way that feels there's some bitterness here. There's some resentment here. All right. This is not an easy reading. I'm not going to sugarcoat. Tanya doesn't sugarcoat here. When the cards come off this way, it's someone's heartbroken. It's not something that is healing right now for this Pisces. This is something here where it's like they gave their power away. They're realizing here that this is the only Ace of Wands card where it looks dead. It just, to me, looks dead. There's just something here that you were focusing on, wanting it, anticipating it to go your way. And it's not, but you also know that you're giving your power away to this. You just wanted it to work in your favor, or you just wanted to have, some of you, it's not just revenge, it's justice. I feel, even though we didn't get the justice card, I feel this desire here for justice, this obsessiveness here of like wanting. I just feel hurt. I feel truly hurt. I feel truly hurt that someone here didn't choose you, pick you, or is willing to compromise with you. This is a partnership here that you value. This is a partnership that you loved, you desired, you chose this individual over and over and over again, and they just didn't choose you. And that's hard to hear, because I feel, whether this is romantic or not, this is something here that hurts you. Greater opportunity this week. You're not going to get an apology. You know it. It's just not happening. But here's the thing. As unfinished as this is, there's always the opportunity here of closure. Give yourself love this week, because I feel an immense amount of emotions here of someone retrieving or taking the power here. You're not going to get communications. You're not getting actions from this individuals. But I also feel this energy of like wanting it. It's like focused on it really badly. It's like, how could they do this to me? How could this happen to me? Well, there's a need here to shift. What's a greater gain here, Spirit? Listen, I know this is hard to hear, but with the wheel here, it's not destined timing. It's here to protect you. You know, the universe is working behind the scenes right now for you this week, Pisces. But, you know, it may not feel a week here where everything's going in your favor, but it is happening for you. And so this is a week here where you can take your power back. I just feel this need here to either you need to take a day off. Some of you need more than a day off on there. You need to just self-reflect. Whether you need to cry, you need to feel your emotions. The emotions part here is so focused on an external individual of another. And this is about you focusing on your emotions this week. Okay. So we're going to see what Melanie has in place here for you with her cards.
So the card I pulled is 14 projections. And it's actually a complete reflection of what you just shared, Tanya. Yeah. So what I'm seeing in this card, particularly with the top frog that's blue, it's like as if you're looking outside of yourself at that thing that hurt you. And it's like, even though it's a reflection of what's been going on in the inside, it's like that other frog that you're looking at looks like 10 times bigger than you are. So it's like you're giving your energy and your power away to something that it's not like, it's just not true. Like the experience is real, the hurt is real.
Yeah.
You know, the actual, you're thinking it might be one way and it didn't go the way you thought, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, all of that. That is true to a certain degree, but the magnitude of what it looks like on the outside is kind of, is a reflection that you've amplified into a bigger reality than it actually is. So I think the alchemy that's coming through in this card is like a perspective shift. So if there's a softness that you could bring in toward yourself and when you're taking care of yourself, it's like reminding you that that thing that looks so big and ominous or hurtful, you don't need to put your energy or all that weight into it. I feel like there's actually a second card. Is it okay if I pull a second card?
Yeah, do what you feel guided to do.
This one. That makes sense. R&R. Definitely a good time to rest. Yeah, you just need a break. Take a vacation, take some days off of work. Schedule some time to relax and rest, and you don't have to feel pressured to do anything, to get anything done. Like, make that time for yourself. It's essential.
You guys, notice that I'm looking at the numbers here too, the 14 and the 16. There's something here about utilizing those dates, even though we're in the beginning, the end of April going to May 1st for the weekly. There's something here about planning it for the 14th through the 16th that will be significant for you. If you can take time off or just do self-care time for you during those dates, that would be really, really good for you.
I'm pretty sure that's a weekend too.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that lands on a weekend.
Nice. Weekend getaway. I like that.
This card too is connected to the feminine. I'm really seeing the rose.
Yeah.
And as a collective, I mean, Pisces being the water sign, being connected to the collective, like this is really speaking to healing the imprint of like sacrifice and allowing this restoration, this restorative process in a new way. We're going to be seeing changes in a deeper way than I really have words for.
Pisces, sending you so much love for those of you who are connecting to that reading. Yeah, May 16th is a Saturday. So yeah, it's closer to that. That's nice. All right, guys, if you resonated with that reading, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the side. Guys, we are in our final Zodiac sign. This is going to be the last call here. If you want the bonus collective unlocked, we need 3 more pledges over at Kickstarter. It is $11 minimum. I think I'm right. think it's $11 to make a minimum there, but this does help her get the deck across so that she can give more readings like this to you guys. But you can also get the deck. You literally can get the deck. You'll be the first ones to get it.
You can actually pledge a single dollar. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. There is no minimum.
Oh, there is no minimum?
Yeah. I think the minimum is if you want to purchase an item for $11, there's a sound transmission for inner clarity. But if you just want to donate, you can donate a single dollar.
There you guys go. You can get your donation quicker than that. Just hit the pledge button up top. Hit the pledge. You can donate what it is. But we're only three away. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries, High Priestess energy. External reason for this. 10 of Cups reversed. Five of Wands here. Ooh. I'm clearing energy here for you. You know what? Trust your intuition this week. Trust your intuition. Not a lot is said around it this week, but I feel like there are certain individuals in your circle where you're going to have to trust your gut. There are things that are being said that are not being said to your face this week. Okay. I think somebody here, or there might be a couple other individuals here who are fearful of confrontation. They are argumentative, but also there's just this energy of not agreeing with you. This just, someone here is not agreeing with you. This is an individual here who always sees the negative perspective. We've been getting that a lot in these readings this week. A lot of people are dealing with people that are just irritable right now. Let's see what you're honing into with your intuition. It has nothing to do about you. It has nothing to do about you. If somebody blocks you this week, goes quiet on you this week, try not to take this personal. This is an individual who's triggered by your actions, triggered with what you say, but is also protecting themselves because they're hurt. They're hurt. Okay. This individual is very hurt, and you don't really have to say anything. It's just this inner knowing that you're going, I'm just hurt by the presence of me. They're just being triggered by me. Greater opportunity here for you this week. Compassion, love. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to tell somebody I forgive you, but I do feel there's a greater opportunity here of understanding, and a greater opportunity here of necessarily reflecting back on you, how you can return that love to you. It's very much a self-love card here. I don't feel like you're over-explaining yourself. It's a very quiet week for you, but you also feel this energy of someone here who's just kind of disappeared or gone cold on you. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. Someone here is triggered by something in your field of energy, but it's not necessarily your problem. It's just they're hurt. They're dealing with some kind of hurt. Greater gain here for you. Ooh. Interesting enough, we have the Tower on top of the Five of Wands here reversed. The things that this person says is eventually going to come out through hearsay, but your job here is not to react to the things that this individual can't confront to you face to face, right? Just trust your intuition. Realize the reason this person is doing that is kind of a cowardly way out, but at the same time, they're hurt and they're allowed to be hurt, but I feel that this person here is trying to do a jab by blocking you this week. And this block here has to do with, well, I'm hurt and, you should do the right thing. And I think this week here, you're like, well, I can be compassionate. I can be reserved. I can love, but I don't have to take away my peace. So I think that you're choosing peace this week here when it comes to an individual. All right. That's what I got here for Aries. Let's see what Melanie has for them.
I chose the 15, which is the support system.
Oh, wow.
So just notice what words are popping off. From the top down, we have spirit guides, friends, you're human in the center, surrounded by ego, inner child, and higher self, colleagues, family, practitioners, animals, and community. a word that's been really popping off is friends. So I think it's a reflection of this reading. So it's kind of like tune into like who is in your tribe. Can you lead into them? If like, you know, if you've triggered somebody and they're going through their own thing, can you let yourself like just lean into who's in your tribe? And maybe this might be calling forth like a mending of those friendships and like a heart to heart, you know, when it's the right time, and you'll know when it's the right time. But yeah, this is really speaking to leading into your friends, or if you're the one who's been hurt, you know, leading into just calling up a friend and having somebody to talk to, that you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to isolate yourself.
I love that. I love how it's like, you know, you can have your support system too, because I think that's really important. All right. Sending so much love out there, guys. Those are that we have finished our all signs, but we still have a bonus collective, and we have not unlocked the collective bonus yet. We are 3 pledges away. How do you pledge? You have to go over to the pinned comment in Kickstarter. This is for her self-mastery deck here, okay? The deck that she is using to give you the readings here, she's trying to get this out so that you guys can get it in your hands. So even if you pledge $1, you can unlock the collective bonus here, but also you're helping put your energy into this deck. And she's not that far away from her goal. So I'm really excited for you. I know you're going to make it. We're going to get to the collective bonus here. All right. And Melanie's going to keep an eye on those donations, and we're going to get Star. Are you ready? Star, are you ready? Okay. Guys, it is bonus time. Bonus time. Who's still here watching the live? Let me know. Let's do a live roll call. Let me know you're here, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Say hello. And since we're on to the bonus here, we are going to roll the Zodiac dice here a couple of times. Energy in here, what sign you would like to come up. We still have not unlocked the second bonus, but here's your last chance to do so. Make sure you guys are hitting that pinned comment here for the Kickstarter. Dream is still here on Twitch. Starlova is here in the house. Shirley is here still. Let's see if we can make that pledge here. Only $1 you need. What do we need? Like $3 so you guys can get the unlock bonus. All right, here we go. Gemini is in the house. We also have Scorpio here. A couple more rolls. Aries is here as well. Aries is here. Pisces is here as well. So far, we haven't gotten any dupes. Cancer is in the house. One more. I know she's ready. I know she's ready. And we have Aquarius. So those are the signs that came up here for the collective bonus. We'll give Star a second here so I can get the banner up. Star is working hard. She's moderating 2 platforms, guys. So let's give Star some love. We have Gemini, Scorpio, Aries, Pisces, Cancer, and Aquarius energy. That's what's coming up here, guys. If you have this in your chart, this reading may be for you. We are still trying to unlock the last collective. This is it. This is it. So if we get 3 donations during this collective, then we'll do a bonus one. But if not, this is it. This is the last readings here for this evening.
And the card I pulled for this one as well is Embrace Fear.
Oh, I like it. We're starting off right off the bat here with an oracle card here. Embrace Fear. Oh, I like it. It's got a dragon on there.
It just popped right out. For those of you who tune into the dragon energies.
I love it. What else is on there? Tarantula?
There's a spider, tarantula. There's a broken heart. There's a tombstone, fear of death.
Embrace fear. All right, collective. Let's see what you're embracing here within that fear. How are you feeling? Oh, I almost used the wrong deck. I was so intrigued with her oracle deck that I almost used the other one. So this is someone here who's fearing something, because the Hermit reverse is someone here who's afraid to put themselves back out there. So you're in self-isolation mode.
Shout out to Sarah Thompson for making a pledge. We have 2 away.
2 away, guys. 2 away from unlocking a bonus. Look at all of this fear. That card was just coming out, Melanie. This is all fear-based cards. We have the 8 of Swords here, which is it's all in their head. This is not even externally out. These things haven't happened yet. I feel like you're foreshadowing a future where it's like you just need to wake up and choose to like your outfit. Like you don't need to go any further. There's a need to get out of the house. Get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, what are you watching for? What are you waiting for? Maybe you're afraid that somebody here is watching you, or that you're going to get rejected if you put an offer out there this week. You know, some of you have incredible ideas, and some of you are meant to be way showers, and you're literally afraid to like turn the camera around and just go live. We are one more away, guys. Papa just donated here. Thank you, Papa. All right. So there's just this energy here of desire, but fearing the worst case scenario this week. Ooh, how's your response? Are you going to get out? Are you going to get out? King of Cups here, reverse. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Well, the King of Cups is intense, tends to get emotionally manipulative. This is an individual here who can get easily depressed, focus so much on the negative and the emotions here, where they feel they're drowning. But it's also this need here to purge. So I feel that, God, you know, and I've used this analogy a couple times before, but I'm going to tell it to you again. And I always think of the movie Rapunzel, the Disney movie Rapunzel, when she has been trapped in a tower so long, but she's dying to get out. And then she gets out and she's all excited. It's like, yeah, I'm doing something different. And then what happens? She has all these crazy emotions and fear of moving forward. And, you know, she's like, I need to go back and do this. There's an emotional upbringing that's coming up, but it's just, and it's coming up and coming out all ends. Like, I just feel this energy of here of like needing to purge this week, of facing something. Greater opportunity. Are they going to do it? Knight of Cups here. You're so scared. You're so scared to do this because it's like, I'm afraid of rejection. Some of you, you're about to open up to an individual. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's emotional understanding. Maybe it's emotionally putting yourself out there, but there's this fear here of being rejected. But the greater opportunity this week is to embrace that, like Melanie had said, get through it, like Melanie had said with her card here that came out. And we're going to get another one of Melanie's cards. The greater gain here. You're getting your liquid courage here, okay? You're going to go through those emotions. But here's the thing. The Page of Wands energy is someone who's driven, excited, but let me tell you, you're scared shitless. And I feel that even though you can change, and, you know, Kyle Cease is really great with this, where he's like, you can use your energy here to shift it and from fear to excitement. Like, I think of him a lot. But there's this energy here of using that fear and saying, I'm scared, and pumping yourself up and just going, I'm going to do it. Some of you, I'm going to record. Some of you are like, I'm going to be vulnerable to this person. Or some of you are like, I'm going to put my passion project out there. But there's also this energy of what happens after I do that, you know? So just be wary that just because you put yourself out there, that there's not going to necessarily be an instantaneous result. Okay. Your point is you did the hard work. you went through it. You went through it. So let's see what Melanie has to say here with embracing that fear.
I love this card. The 27 is creature comfort.
Love it.
So what's coming through with this card, it's less about the creatures, although the creatures, if you have a pet, they may be supporting you. What's really coming through is about the nervous system and how fear, makes your nervous system lock up. And it's kind of a trickster. Like you have to comfort yourself and palliate yourself, like in order to be able to move forward. So when that fear comes up and your nervous system locks down and you're like, I'm feeling anxious, my body's telling me I shouldn't be doing this. This is a reminder to push through anyways. So there's different ways that you can self-regulate your nervous system. You could start humming, even like shaking or getting a change of scenery, or like if you're looking at a screen, you can start like looking at your peripheral vision. These are all like signals to unlock your nervous system. Putting on music, getting sunshine, putting your feet in the earth, like all these different ways that you can kind of redirect your focus, because this is really telling you that like it's okay to move forward. But when you're feeling that doubt and that fear, just take a moment to like allow do what you need for your nervous system to relax. And if there's a little extra comfort, if you're like, okay, I just need a cup of coffee, or, to get a piece of chocolate or something that, is that creature comfort to just chill your nerves out, and just, figure out what works for you so that you can move forward.
Yeah. It's just a week of expression, even with that artist energy. This collective one is expression, putting yourself out there in a way that's vulnerable. Yeah, I love it. All right, so Star wants us to confirm. She says that she believes that we hit our goal here. Did we hit it? Did we get 5 donations?
I have to reload it every time.
It's okay.
Let me
we'll see, guys, if we have another collective bonus here. As we anticipate, did we make it? Did you guys do it?
We still need one more.
One more. We are one more away. Well, let's give, because I think some people were wondering if we hit it or not. We're going to give it a minute, but let's just take a moment here to say thank you for Melanie coming on board here. I really appreciate you coming here and putting yourself out there for your love and your passion. And is there any exciting news coming up for you other than this beautiful deck?
I have actually quite a bit of exciting news.
Yeah.
But I do want to share. So this deck is a foundational piece to doing a modality that I call clarity constellations. So it's very similar to systemic constellations or family constellations therapy. But the way I do it, it's a group modality, and I have kind of different themes in each event, but it's ways of working through life transitions and challenges, energetic blockages, and also waking up and tuning into your intuition. So with these events that I'm hosting, people in circle will choose 3 cards, and you actually choose people in the circle to represent them. So it's externalizing your internal reality and shifting in real time with these resources. So I'm particularly, working with people who are sensitive, intuitive, waking up their psychic gifts. And I have a free event going on Tuesday from 4 to 5 Eastern time. You can check that out on melanieadrianna.com. There's a constellations tab at the top of the page. If you just click on Clarity Constellations, you can find the link there to sign up. And let's see, if you're on the East Coast or the Mid-Atlantic, I will be at the Aquarian Bookshop on May 1st between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. doing a constellations workshop, particularly for healers, practitioners, and sensitive intuitives who are looking to wake up your gifts and share them with the world. So tuning into what does that path look like? Maybe you're in a job transition, or you're working your 9 to 5 and you're like, this is not who I am and what I want to do with my life. And you want to step into that passion. Or you have special gifts or things that only you can communicate or understand. And this is a way of exploring that in a safe space. So I'm going to be hosting that event. If you are in Charlottesville, Virginia, or anywhere around here, I'll be hosting a day workshop doing this constellations at Bridge Between the Worlds in Keswick, Virginia, which is
what is the
between Richmond.
constellation? What? Sorry, not to interrupt you, but what is the constellation? What does that mean?
So a constellation, it's based in a modality called the family constellations therapy. So that's working on the ancestral stream traditionally, but the way I've extrapolated the modality isn't necessarily working in the same way that traditional constellations are.
Okay.
But if you can think of like your internal parts being externalized, and it's like a constellation of stars working together. So you can look at the family system like a constellation, but you can also look at your internal world. And so when I do this, I have somebody choose 3 cards, and the first card represents looking at what it is that you need to see with more clarity. So really, taking an honest look at that, and you'll get information from somebody stepping into that representation. They'll actually have a felt sense in their body, and sometimes they get intuitive downloads, and you'll be able to kind of have clarity for yourself. It's like, what is that stuck energy actually? What is it? Because once you can actually look at it, then it starts to shift naturally.
Sure.
So then the second card represents a movement or the actual alchemy. So you can see that first person who's stepping into representation will actually start shifting in real time. And so you'll notice shifts happening in your body and in your awareness. So you're working through this stuck energy. Right. And then the third card, I'm like pulling cards as I'm doing this just because. But the third card represents a new perspective, an insight, a new beginning. It's funny, the card I actually pulled was Inner Light.
I love that card. I think that's one of my faves.
And the alchemy card I chose was the sacred transition.
Yeah, we got that during the Aries reading. I remember that one.
Yeah. That was a big transition day. I'm so excited to do this more and more. And I am hosting a Mother's Day retreat in Oahu, Hawaii. So for anybody out on the island of Oahu, or if you want to fly out and be with an intimate group of women processing grief and loss and moving through major life transitions, we're going to be doing work with the womb space, activating the creative womb and connecting to the elementals and the planets through sound, through tea, and through constellations work. And we're inviting the locals to join us in our workshops every day. So
I think that's cool that you're bringing the locals in there. I think that will be a fun retreat that you're doing. So in other words, Melanie gets around. So make sure you're following her, not just through her website. She is on social media. She's building her audience, I know, on YouTube, but you're mostly on Instagram. I see that you're on there a lot here.
I've been playing with Instagram. I do lives on TikTok because Instagram doesn't let me go live unless I have so many followers.
Yeah, Instagram's a little snobby that way.
Yeah.
But Star just asked, can we do one more check? Because she just wanted to see if there was any other donations that went through.
Yeah.
We'll check one more time, guys. But if not, it is what it is. We appreciate you all being here. We were trying to unlock the goal here with one donation, but it looks like we were originally at one away.
Let's see. Oh, we got one. Mandy. Thank you so much, Mandy.
Thank you, Mandy. I had a feeling we were going to get it. I was like, I feel the collective is going to hear. All right. So we have one more left. One more to go. Let's switch this around. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
You guys are great. Thank you for helping out Melanie. I'm just so happy to have her on the show and that we were able to connect and get her on here and seen by you guys, because I love bringing in other readers, It's okay, Debbie. We got it. We have Mandy who, listen, everything happened for a reason. You donated already. So all happened for a reason, the way it came in place. Oh, I have to put my cards. All right. So we are unlocking the bonus here. This is our final reading here. We always go a little bit deeper on these sponsored readings. First names only. Melanie, can you give the first names of the people who sponsor, just because I like to call them out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give them a final shout out.
Debbie, Shirley, Sarah, William, and Mandy.
Guys, thank you so much. Please thank our sponsors, because this wouldn't be possible without them. All right, let's get to it.
Thank you so much.
You guys are awesome. Here we go. Star's like, I wanted to have another reading. Well, we had it. We had it. You ready, Star? We have Taurus. Taurus is in the house. Libra. Libra is here. Aries. Aries is in the house. Capricorn is here. 2 more. Taurus is back. We have Taurus times 2. And we have Pisces. That's it for the energy for this reading. We're going to give Star a second here so she can get the signs up. All right, so this is the final reading for this evening. I do want to remind you guys that I will be back here live on Wednesday, because now Wednesday and Friday are the love readings. So we're going to be looking into love. If you guys, I split it up this month, okay, because the readings were so long. So if you are single and want to see who's coming in and what to expect, well, that will be Wednesday evening. If you are single, okay, I can't promise you your ex coming back. Some of you, it's new love. We shall see. But then on Friday, we're going to see, for those of you dealing with a specific person, their current feelings and what is next in this connection for May. So hope to see you guys there. Make sure you check your schedule on there and set your notifications. We're going to get to it. Taurus, Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Pisces. Ooh. So this is a week here where you don't feel like collaborating with anybody, okay? There's no teamwork makes the dream work for you this week. Okay. Oh, you're just setting your boundaries. You're cutting people off. You're speaking up. You're saying no. This is not a week here for accepting invitations with other individuals. Doesn't mean you hate them. I think that you're trying to cut some situations in your life. Yeah, why? Because you're overbooked, first of all. You can only handle so much. And some of you are really looking at your friendships to see how surface they truly are. And it's like, why am I feeling a need to always be there for others and not choose myself? And this is a week here where you may feel, well, a little selfish because you're choosing you this week. Okay. Especially if you're feeling ungrounded, or you just need a day off, or you feel like you have too much on your plate. I just think you're like, something's got to go. And that needs to be my people pleasing. And that needs to be proper boundaries. And I have to speak up about it. Something significantly here. We got that flower moon coming up on Friday. So something about for the weekend plans. Okay. We always go a little deeper, so there will be 2 rows. Validate that 3 of Pentacles, please. Yeah, so you just need some alone time. You know, and if it isn't just alone time, it's just this energy here of keeping your circle small this week. We have Sagittarius energy. Something's coming full circle, but I feel like this is a week here of healing. Being reserved, patient. Maybe you were losing your patience. I just feel like there was a lot of irritability, and it's like, no, a lot of irritability. It's overgiving, breadcrumbing, too much, doing too much, working too hard, staying overtime. This is not a week here you're doing that. Some of you are calling out sick. Some of you are doing Ferris Bueller days. I just heard Bueller. Are you calling out sick? That's okay. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying some of you are going to do it. Yeah. The wheel here is that you're taking a chance here to choose you this week. Now, there are certain things that you're a little afraid of, these outcomes, but you are willing to take a chance here for the greater good, which is yourself. This is usually a very lucky card, but it's also a card here of destined. And so there's something here where you're really working on being more grounded and not relying so heavily on being perfect and doing everything. All right. How you responding? Ooh, now this is interesting that we had the hang one, or the hang man, usually it is, reverse, because I feel at one point when you took pauses, you did the part where you were so drained, and then you kept repeating the pattern over and over again, where you go quiet or you do the Irish goodbyes, meaning you don't say goodbye, you just leave. But this is a week here where you're like, I'm communicating it. No, like if I need a break, I need to speak up. I need to say it. I'm not going to just disappear on individuals or people. I'm putting on my away notice. Greater opportunity for you this week. Well, you are holding some ground here. Now, I am going to warn you here. This is about your reserves. You're testing your reserves. Some of you are looking about your time and your expenses. There are some of you who are, you might have your own business, but maybe you've been doing a lot of stuff for free. And this is a week here where you may be looking and evaluating your prices and going, is it really worth reducing my prices or keep doing things for free? I don't have to keep being in limitation. I need to be open to receive. I'm willing to let go of some of the smaller amounts is like free and put larger things in here because my time is precious, right? We don't have to give ourselves out here for free. A lot of people think, especially in spiritual work, that has to be free. No, it's an exchange. It's an energy exchange. It's your time. Yeah. Self-love. Greater opportunity of self-love, unconditional love, being your authentic self here. You got two here. Look, even though it's the Knight of Swords, I see this as the Ace of Swords, honestly. But I feel this energy here of really being in your sovereignty, being your authentic self, and being open here to give yourself some love. Return it to you. Because when you are in the plenty mode, that's the overfilling thing that you can give back, right? But this is a week here you're giving back to yourself. Let's see what Melanie has to say.
Just totally a reflection of everything you shared. But I have the 11, which says, to be Jedi is to face the truth and choose.
I love that card.
Yeah, this is literally, I could just repeat almost everything you shared in that reading.
Yeah.
So it's a reflection of, really, this is the card of self-mastery of all the cards in the deck of the self-mastery oracle. This is really owning your own power. Where are you giving away resources for free, kind of reevaluating where you need to honor yourself, honor your time, spend time to relax when you need to relax, give people notice. I'm just, I'm parroting everything you shared pretty much. And also, like, where do you need to reach for resources? Where maybe you used to not give yourself permission to do that. Yeah, but this is also a card of really owning who you are, honoring that, stepping and claiming into that. I'm drawn to the crystal that the female Yoda is holding. It's a phenakite crystal, and it's very connected to like psychic and intuitive abilities. So kind of see how you feel when you tune into that frequency of this card. And just notice the lightsabers above the female Yoda. What color are you drawn to? Like, what band of light are you connecting with? Maybe it's all of them. What's coming up for you, Tanya?
Well, I was just going to say, Spirit was really honing into, if you take this rest, if you choose yourself first, let Melanie pull a card. So I was going to say, pull another card with what will happen if they choose themselves this week.
There's that support system.
Yeah. I feel like it's like collapsing all those timelines, like inner child work specifically, because where it says you're human, inner child is like, boom. It's like your inner child here is going to say, thank you. Thank you for choosing me this week.
Right. This is about choosing yourself. It's about collapsing all the reversals of like how whenever you felt unsupported or unwanted or rejected or whatever it was, like as a child, this is like flipping all of those programs on their head. And it's like, if you could actually receive instead, if you could welcome yourself back, whatever you need to do that, you know, to give yourself permission to nourish yourself, to receive love, to feel acknowledged, to celebrate yourself. Even if you feel like those around you don't necessarily see that or feel that.
Right.
I think that goes back to be Jedi is to face the truth and choose. Like, not everybody's going to acknowledge that, but you have to do that for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And the word community is really popping out. Kind of finding your tribe, tuning into like who you're in alignment with, like who really feels supportive in your life. Maybe there are people who are draining your energy or like energy vampires. Can you just, you know, kind of let those people go, or maybe ignore them if they're just harping on you, and, you know, just not giving them your energy, giving yourself that. You don't have to give your energy away, but tuning into the people and the support that actually nourishes you, that builds you up, that celebrates you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Guys, that's it for our readings. Thank you again, Melanie, for being here. Love to have you on board. Like I said, if you want to see more of Melanie or to support her deck, you can purchase one or you can pledge to it. Doesn't matter if it's $1 or if you purchase the deck, it will help her get to her goal. And she's not that far off. So I feel you're going to be successful at this. I'm excited to receive this deck myself and to share it with my group. Don't forget, guys, at Harmonia Friends community, my community, I do have an exclusive interview here with Melanie to get to know a little bit deeper about the cards. So if that's something that interests you, you most certainly can check it out. We'll see you next time. Take care.